Give me a D and a G. It's the Dunga Show. It's the Dunga Show.
Welcome to the Dawg and Gus Show, now on Be Kind Radio. Absolument. What do we got going on, bud? Well, very excited about this. We got a couple of the lads from Chase the Bear.
What's up, gents?
Hey, doing good.
We asked them if they'd lost a coin toss and they had to chat with us, and they said no.
Exactly, yeah. So, welcome on. Obviously, we want to know, how's the tour going? How are you enjoying that?
We actually just got back. Yeah, we toured around BC for about a week and a half there.
Yeah, after our Ontario sit in early June, we went into the interior of BC a couple weeks later, and then we just went on to Vancouver Island. A couple weeks from now, we go up north. It's been great so far. It's always nice going to new communities, great communities.
Yeah.
And who wants to?
You know what sucks though is we're BC boys. I'm born and raised, and the crowds out here, we're noticing they don't dance as much as they did in Ontario. I don't know what it is. Maybe the weed's too good. That's my theory.
Yeah.
The weed's so good out here. Everyone's just a little too stoned.
Maybe.
Yeah, in Ontario, every place we played, whether it was 5 or 10 people were dancing. It's just, you guys are you're vibing out there. It's really nice.
Yeah, big vibes.
Yeah.
Well, in Ottawa, we love our live music, man. That's just the way it is here. So, I don't know. We get your weed too, so I don't know what the deal is there. So
Maybe you just don't smoke as much of it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. We're not as lit.
Well, we are a government town, so we're kind of probably
Sleepy, bit sleepy town.
Yeah.
But although we're not sleepy, he's saying we're dancing more. So what are you gonna do? Maybe
we
hate our jobs more.
Oh.
We hate our jobs more.
I'll just state for the record.
People there need somewhere fucking get wild.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that place we played, is that where you usually play, Dawg? What was the name of that place again? The Rainbow
Bistro,
yeah. Hanging around there.
Shout out to those guys, man. We love them.
There's a lot of good shows that have played there, a lot of local bands and fans from out of town that come there, and it's an amazing venue. And yes, I love the Rainbow. It's a great place to have a show.
Yeah, legendary spot too. There's been crazy acts that have been there. I think BB King played there, a whole bunch of crazy.
Yeah. Well, if you looked up in the rafters along the seat around the whole bar, there's pictures of people who played there.
Yeah.
Some big blues legends back in the day.
Stevie Ray's brother played there.
Jimmy Ray Vaughan.
Jimmy Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
BB King was actually, when I was 12, he was the first concert I ever saw. It was BB King in Prince George, BC. And he just sat on a chair, and half the show is him just telling stories. And it was just as captivating as the music. He was telling stories about when things were still segregated and just how he started to play guitar. And it was incredible, dude. I can't believe we shared stage with BB played on, man.
Hell yeah.
That's so cool.
And then Rainbow is also the place is just everyone I talked to, or when I was telling people we were going to Ottawa and I mentioned the Rainbow, they'd say, oh, that's awesome. Or whenever I'd ask people oh, what other places are there to play around there? What's the spot? You're that's the spot.
Did we
just go there?
Ask them how long it's been going? I don't think I did.
No, I didn't actually. Do you guys know?
Long time.
Long.
60 years probably. I would say maybe
probably close to
60-ish.
Yeah, it's got that
at least
feel
50. Definitely the 70s, but I think maybe 60 because it's been around. And it almost closed. COVID almost closed it. And then somebody came in with a Brinks truck of money and they put a bunch of money in through Long and McQuaid They did a great job with the sound there. They've done a lot of work there. So
maybe having all those rich politicians around isn't so bad after all.
Yeah, I don't think these are public sector. These are private sector people, not public sector. That's for sure. Yeah.
We had similar stuff in Vancouver. There's some venues that didn't make it.
Railway, we lost the Railway.
Yeah, Railway Club didn't make it, and that was the old place where
Radiohead played there.
Yeah,
when they were first starting out. That
amazing.
was the spot downtown, and it collapsed under COVID, man. It's brutal.
But there were a few venues that managed to pull through, get the funding that really struggled and got that close.
Honestly, as a band, we almost didn't make it through COVID.
Yeah, that was
together 9-10 years, and I've never felt so hopeless. I felt like I got the last 3 years of my 20s robbed from me. I was my plan was I was going to retire when I was 30. And it's I've been sitting around for 3 years, man. I haven't been doing shit.
I can't do that
I'm not done now. I got to keep
You ain't leaving, boy.
Because even though the rest of the world, it felt like it opened up, it didn't really open up for musicians.
No,
Shows were rows of seats that were 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
And people were clapping. They weren't allowed to dance at one of our shows. They made people sit down. And it's
it took a couple extra years for live music. And honestly, it still feels like it's in that recovery phase a little bit. People are going out again, but it feels like everyone's got used to that, not going to places. Home life. And it's a little more of a struggle than it used to be to pull people away from their homes.
I think you're right. I would agree.
You're not wrong. And that's what we do. This is what we're trying to do, is get people out to the shows. This is why we chat to amazing bands. And, the next time you guys are around, we'll make sure that we're chatting it up big time. Because you guys were incredible.
Hopefully we can make it back out there within the next year or so.
Hey, Dawg, did your band survive COVID? I never asked you that. Like, were you guys a newer act, or you guys been going for years?
No, I'm not in a band.
Sorry. Oh, he was just at Ottawa?
He was at Ottawa.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Dawg's a DJ. Like, he's a DJ guy. So he would but he's got musical chops. I mean,
I can't play an instrument to save my life.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
It looked like you'd play. I mean, some.
I just assumed looking at you, I was like, oh, he probably has a band on the side.
For sure. Yeah, legendary. Tell us about the name. Where did it come from?
I wanted to call us Hug the Bear. And
I hated it.
Yeah, everyone hated it. They're like, it's too cute. It's not cool. It's not rock and roll, which was why I thought it was cool. And then Troy's mom from the kitchen just said, what if you were chasing the bear?
Yeah.
And then we took it from there. Yeah.
One of the moms helped us out.
And then a year in, I was like, shit, we just did Cage the Elephant with different words.
Yeah, no.
We're Verb the Animal, man.
Hey, there's a lot of Verb animal bands.
There's a Poke the Bear in Canada, I believe.
There was one.
Great show.
That's hilarious. Poke the Bear.
Was that one of the two moms that showed up in Ottawa?
Actually, yes, it was. Yeah. So our moms follow us around on tour to make sure we behave.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Stellar job. Yeah.
I think
his parents are from Boone, Carolina, and they flew out from Boone, Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina.
I think they may have failed trying to keep you guys in line, but
yeah, actually, sometimes we're better behaved than they are. Occasionally,
they were having a good time. They were up there dancing the whole night. Yeah,
that's amazing. I love.
They were having a great time.
I love hearing that.
They get the crowd started for us a lot of the time.
Well, that's the thing, right? You get that one person that breaks the ice for the dancing, and then all of a sudden everybody's up there.
It's true.
I gotta have that.
Theory that
white
like
people can only dance. My theory is white people can only dance for one generation. It was that was the 1980s. For some reason, every white person knew how to dance in the 80s, and then we forgot again. And they have all those moves, and we'll come out on the dance floor and just start busting them out and get the whole crowd up there. It works every time.
That is such an interesting point. So I went to a wedding in Montreal, okay, and they played the Harlem Shuffle, and every woman in that place did the Harlem Shuffle. It was unbelievable. I was mesmerized. Yeah. So I think it was 70s, 80s, that generation, they knew how to dance,
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. We're a little stiff, our generation. We got to loosen up a little.
Yeah, loosen up. Chase the bear.
Jesus.
Chase the bear, baby.
Loosen up, boys. Let's talk a little bit about your busking days in Victoria and what that taught you.
Yeah.
So when we started the band, it was technically in my mom's base in Fort St. John. It was just the singer and I. And we couldn't find members for the life of us. So we split up over the province. Like, the singer went to Kelowna, I went to Vancouver, and nothing really worked there for us. And I got a text from him saying, hey, I'm in Victoria. So you want to come play some music? So I quit my job at the weed store that day, and I just took a ferry over to Victoria, and I slept on his parents' floor in their 1-bedroom apartment for like 3 or 4 months. We finally got a bigger place, and we just paid our rent busking every day. They made our rent like $300 a month each or something, and we would just learn Beatles tunes and CCR and just like the classics. And we go out on Government Street, which is where all the ferries come in every day. Mm-hmm. So you get this mass wave of Americans coming down the street.
Yeah, the cruise ships.
Sitting there like, I want to hold your hand. And all the old people loved it. They'd be throwing 20s at us. And I really feel like without that, we probably wouldn't be as good as songwriters as we are. You dissect those classics over and over again all day.
That's how I met these guys too. I was in high school at the time, and they busk at the bus stop that I'd take home. And I was just like learning guitar at the time. I was maybe a couple years deep, and just kept trying to talk to them, kept trying to annoy them, kept trying to play their guitars and stuff. And eventually it just kind of ended up playing with them.
Yeah, the day it came up the first time, I looked at the singer. I'm like, dude, that might be the guy. Like, he's so into this. He's talking about Led Zeppelin. He was 16 years old. I was 23. And the singer's like, fuck no, he's too young. He's way too young. We can't even play bars with him.
And you know what? We played bars with him.
I'm not going to name any names, but the amount of bars that actually checked his ID was
very slim. I think it was like 2 out of like 40.
You just come in with gear. They kind of just assume you're of age. Don't tell them. I don't want to get anyone in trouble here.
No, we're not. No, of course not.
Well, it's out there now. I mean,
Yeah, it's out there.
It's okay. You made it. It's a good story.
Chase the Bear just shut down half the bars in Victoria.
Yeah. They're going through your Rolodex.
It's all over the province, so you can't get too specific. Inventory of BC and Alberta during those days.
And you thought COVID was bad.
Yeah. You're good. So what were your first songs like compared to today?
You know, we used to be very like happy bubblegum kind of 60s rock. I noticed the stuff that we were playing on the streets kind of bled into our songwriting. Very major chords, poppy, boppy melodies, like early Beatles stuff. And then we got a little bit of the heavy in us and we haven't really looked back, you know.
Yeah, makes sense.
It does. And you guys already talked. Yeah, just give us a couple more influences on your music other than the Beatles, CCR.
Well, I really like Cage the Elephant, Arctic Monkeys. I'm kind of from that era where I had that alt rock coming up in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I love the Strokes. And I think, what about you?
Well, I think Connor's been describing it a pretty good way as like earlier on, like when we started finding our rockier sound, we got compared to the Black Crowes a lot, which is like they were a part of our influence as well. And then we started getting a little more alternative as we went. So we started bringing in more influences like Queens of the Stone Age, Royal Blood, things like that. But it really is a blanket of rock because we all kind of have our own places that our kind of core was like our Beatles, Zeppelin, things like that. And then after that, we all split off into different places, and we kind of all bring those influences to the table in a way, which it makes it hard for us to decide what our like subgenre of rock is. It's very hard to nail it down, but we pull from a lot of places.
What helps with us though is that Troy is still a blues rock singer.
Yeah.
Even if we're playing alt rock, he kind of ties it all together because I feel like the blues vocals are kind of disappearing from a lot of even pop music now, which is breaking my heart a little.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just sort of little blue notes that he sneaks in and the little runs that he does. It's very like listens to a lot of Aretha Franklin stuff.
Rival Sons is a big one for him in particular on just like influence and vocals, especially like Jay Buchanan was like one of his huge idols and still is, always has been. He likes to have his own sound, of course, but like that's like the guy where he's like, okay, you're a god.
Well, that's kind of the thing too. When I met Troy, I was the first person to ever diss him because he sang and he sounded exactly like Robert Plant. And I told him, I'm like, dude, you sound like Robert Plant. You don't sound like yourself. Like sing a song like you would sing it, not like Robert Plant would sing it. And he started to really find his own voice. Mm-hmm. I think he's really found his own little niche.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a cool comparison too. But was there a moment where like everything changed for the band, you find?
Yeah, when we got our drummer and keyboardist, we've had the same 6 people now for 8 years.
7 or 8 years. I think Kevin's 7 and Connor's like 8. But we went through a couple drummers before Connor, and once we got him, that was a really big piece of the puzzle that made it feel like we went from like, you know, your local band to something that feels like, okay, we're all feeling this, and we feel like if we work hard, we can make something horrible.
For me, though, it might be when Kevin, the keyboardist, joined, actually, because Kevin's an amazing guy. He's had an amazing life. He's full of wit and humor, and he just kind of brings that levity. And I've always told people a band is, you could have 6 of the best musicians in the world in a room, and that doesn't mean the band will be good.
Mm-hmm.
Super groups that make mediocre music.
Yeah.
Literally, when I met Jordan, he was 16. He wasn't good at guitar.
Oh, no.
But I was like, no, but there's chemistry here. And I think chemistry is way more important than people realize in rock music. And the bands you see that fire the whole band and get someone new, like Wolf Mother or Smashing Pumpkins, they never sound like themselves again. They don't have that initial chemistry, even though they have better, technically more proficient players in the room.
Yeah.
No,
Kevin's a really good example of that too, because he's so personable to other people. Like everyone loves him. When we did North by Northeast, we were going out around to other bars to try and invite people to our shows. And there's this one couple that he talked to, and they just took down a couple of notes. They were across the street from where we were playing. He's like, you got to come here at 11.
One of them said, Braden, ? I think. And
then for Kevin, they said, Kevin, they were like writing down his names, but then it was Dash. I'm all in on Kevin. And we're like, yeah, okay. This guy's helping us out big time.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, well, Kevin needs to lighten up a little bit. He's a little bit tense. But I just want to say, at the show, Connor was the one that came up to talk to me first, just so you know.
What did he?
Yeah. He's good at that too. He's very... He's got that social. He's a very social butterfly kind of guy.
He was fun to watch, man. Like watching, like the whole band was fun to watch. Because I kind of do that where I'll watch one and another and another.
Mm-hmm.
But just watching him on the drums, it was like, holy shit, this guy is a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. He makes the show a really. He brings a lot to the table, and like how fun our show is. I feel like, and something that keeps it interesting too.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of bands with the guys who can sing lead vocals while drumming. It's just it's a niche that we've always had.
Have you seen Death from Above live?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
it's great. It's amazing. I love it. But he tries really hard to sing those vocals. It's a vibe. It's a really good vibe. But he can't sing it like he does on the record.
No, and Connor can, to his credit.
Yeah,
just like on the record live.
He's a lot of fun to watch.
I believe it.
Yeah, we're going to see Death from Above. Actually, they're coming to Blues Fest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We saw them at the Calgary
Oh.
Stampede quite a few years ago. Me and him actually just went on a trip there 2 years ago, I think.
That was
one of the best shows I've ever seen, actually.
That was when I realized I was too old to mosh, because I went into the Death from Above mosh pit, and like 3 songs in, I'm like, brother, I don't got the cardio for this anymore. He did. So now I'm that guy on the outside of the ring who pushes the kids back in. You know?
Exactly.
That's a good spot too. That's a good spot.
The best spot.
Yeah, that's where you like to be.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you were to walk us through your songwriting process, how would that look?
All over the place.
Yeah.
A lot of different structures we take to it, really.
Some of our favorites now are, we will do the instrumentals first, and then Troy will just go off with the instrumental and sing something over top by himself. And I think that's my new favorite way to write, and I think that's what we're doing more going forward. But we take it from all sources. Like Connor will come in with an acoustic thing. Troy will come in with an acoustic thing.
Sometimes things just happen on the spot in the jam space too.
Sometimes people have a riff that they just start playing, and
it really does come from everywhere. And our preference on how we do it changes all the time. But at the end of the day, like whenever something that we're feeling is happening, is that when it's like it starts to like we just start to build off of it and keep tweaking away at it until we find a spot where we're happy enough to show our producer.
The frustrating thing is sometimes the song that you spend hours on or days on sucks.
Yeah.
And then immediately after that, you'll like shit out your best song that you've written in 2 years in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like you have to labor intensely over the garbage to find the gold, you know? Like,
you just got to keep it. It's all a practice, and it's all just, throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, it's a muscle, man. Songwriting's a muscle. And I feel like we're not flexing it enough right now. We're getting back in the writing mode right now as we're talking.
Yeah. Very cool. Now, do you find, was there a song that surprised you with like the fan reaction?
Don't know how much of a surprise, but Off Balance. It was the one that we believed in the most, but it wasn't the one that our producer believed in the most. But we were like, this is the one. And then when it outperformed the rest of that Demons EP, we felt pretty good about that.
Demons live, I was really surprised. We played a show on All Ages show, and all the young kids like Demons a lot. That kind of took
I
guess it's got that kind of like pop punky almost feel. And
but yeah, me personally, I wasn't necessarily expecting Off Balance to outperform the rest on that EP, but it was my favorite. And I'm glad that it has gotten really good audience response. A lot of times that's a song that people tell us that they like a lot. It is one of the most fun to play as well. It just has some time intricacies that we don't do anywhere else, where we speed up in certain parts and slow down in certain parts. We experimented a lot with that song, and I think it paid off well.
I think it was a turning point for our producer too, because the last time we went in to record, he was just like, you know what, boys, I don't know what's going to hit or not. Let's just make some cool rock music. Like, let's stop trying to over manufacture stuff and make it a pop song. Because I feel like we did that sometimes in our album. We're like, okay, sure, cool, but is it necessary to the song? It's like, no, it's not necessary to the song. It's just fucking cool. So do it. Yeah. But, we were trying to make like a tight pop song, which is important.
Yeah.
Always be able to like take stuff out. But sometimes you need to say, like, hey, man, double that breakdown. Double that guitar solo.
Sometimes that's what the song wants to. And I feel like we can pick and choose which ones are like, maybe this song feels like where we want to go a little crazy, and this song feels like maybe it's not right for it. But as a part of, as we grow and as we continue to write, we just have different ideas, and things that always shape up differently. But
yeah, the ballad might not need a 16-bar guitar solo. You still need taste to the picture somewhere.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Your songs range from like uplifting to deeply personal. Where does that emotional balance come?
I don't want to speak for Troy, but I know most of us, about half of us in the band, have suffer with our own little mental health problems and demons. And sometimes we have a habit to come in with sad stuff, and we'll play it out, and we're like, no, this just doesn't feel like us. Because when we're in the room together, what I think we want to bring is there's a lot of sad indie bands right now, which is fine. I love a lot of them, but we want to be that fun band, and we want to remind people that this is a place where you can dance with people that you might not necessarily share the same views as. And yeah, I feel like things are getting so segregated in the world, and especially music, where you'll find like, you know, the crowds don't feel diverse. And we just want to make people dance while also exercising our demons lyrically.
Yeah, you know, it's like we'll have a song that, like, when you listen to it on the surface, it'll sound really happy, and then you go and look at the lyrics, you're like,
oh, do they need a hug?
But you know, that's as just a part of, like, you know, putting down what you're feeling. I'm not much of a lyrical writer myself, but Brady is. He dives into lyrics a lot, and you know, you'll go back and forth about how you're writing your songs and what sort of emotions are coming out of them.
For me, a big thing was switching from saying you to I. I like to really take ownership of what I'm trying to say and say, like, this is about me. I'm not trying to like distance myself from these emotions.
Also, Troy's really good at the I vowel in his vocals.
He can stretch out that I vowel to fit any kind of rhyme scheme.
Yeah. What was the he said nailed that for him? It was a CCR song. Have you ever seen the Ray? Yeah. I
want to know.
Hey, busking that song things the I all the time. And it's just like, this is my best vowel. You can do anything with the I.
Yeah. Troy is the one. He's still a busker to this day.
Yeah, he does.
So he's writing constantly. He is the heartbeat creatively of the band. But the songs he brings in, he's like, yeah, it doesn't feel like Chase the Bear. I don't know what the difference is. He just likes to write over our music. And when he starts pouring his art out on the page, those are my favorite songs.
Yeah. More often than not.
That's a pretty cool biology almost of how that works.
For sure.
I like that.
When you write a song and stuff and you take it out and you play it live, does your producer come out and check that stuff out to see how it resonates with the crowd, or does he just stay in the studio?
He does, actually.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he's. I think he said that about Demons once. He's like, I was surprised that people were dancing that much, because for me that was like the B-side.
Yeah. Well, it kind of varies too. Like, I feel like he usually, like, Danny typically likes to go off of what his gut feeling tells him. He doesn't like to overthink it. He's just like, if he hears something and he likes it, he's just like, I want to do this.
For context, our producer owns a label in town called Rock is Dead. And his name is Danny Craig.
He was the drummer from the band Default, if you guys remember them.
So Default was this band in the 90s or early 2000s. What's the song? I'm wasting my time. Wasting my time, you know that. So that they wrote that song. So I do trust them, even though they're like a different style of music. He's a huge rock fan, right? And when he comes to a show, he can tell if the crowd's into something or not. And I listen to him, and he can tell if our harmonies are out of tune. I mean, he's
really good at that. He's good at the hard news of, like, he knows what we need to improve upon ourselves. And
let me tell you, man, hockey coaches and musicians don't always mix. Musicians are very sensitive, so not all that criticism is warmly received. But we always know he's right.
We always come around.
That's right. Yeah. What song challenged you the most in the studio?
I think it was different for everybody.
For me, I don't know. You go first.
For me, surprisingly enough, even though it's like one of the most simple songs on, at least in terms of my parts to play off our album, Hurtin' was the most difficult for me to nail and get right down, just because it had like a different swingy, light feel that I wasn't really used to playing. Yeah, that one took me hours longer than any other song to record, get my part down at least.
For me, I think it was the beach song, because it has that reggae feel. And I was playing it like a white guy, and it wasn't working. And I think I still do that on stage. Every time I'm playing, I'm like, God, I'm so stiff up here. I need to loosen up those hips, baby. You know, I'll just be like get that rock star stance going where I do my legs in a V and just kind of try to loosen up my hips. And stop thinking about it and feel it, you know?
Yeah, for everybody, I think it's a different song that gave us a little bit of trouble. And it's probably, at least instrumentally, is the ones that's like the furthest away from what our genre is that we would bring to the table in a way. And our subgenre of rock, anyway. Beach Hurtin' was further out of my comfort zone in terms of the feel. For yours, Beach Song was. Vocals is a little different because, like, obviously some songs are harder to sing.
Just highs. Yeah. Our song Lately off the album, it's a high A, man.
That's a very tough one to sing, and it took Troy.
Yeah.
Not a bad place to be.
Connor's never really had much problem though, because he's a beast of a drummer.
I'm a Bon Scott truther, right? I love my Bon Scott. Yeah.
So do I. Yeah. we were just listening to something.
Yeah, we were just listening to AC/DC before we came on. We just because
On
Gus wanted to do a video, so we had to do a video.
Did you ever hear the story about Stephen King and AC/DC?
No.
So Stephen King was filming a terrible movie in the 80s called Maximum Overdrive.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, but it's really bad. It's the only time he ever tried to direct. And he wanted AC/DC to do the soundtrack. And he went up to them and he said, hey, could you guys play me this song? And it's Ride On with the Bon Scott, Ride On.
Yeah.
And Stephen King said, this is my favorite, probably one of my favorite lyrical songs that I've ever heard. And the band didn't remember it. Ride On is like my Bible, dude. I love Ride On so much. I was devastated when I saw it.
That sounds like Bon Scott. I mean, he did die from, stuff. So
he died from stuff from
drinking.
Now, I think it was Brian at that point.
It probably would have been Brian at that point.
Brian allowed
Yeah. That's true.
Seriously, yeah.
That's true.
And they don't. What's
one more fun AC/DC story? We filmed at the Warehouse Studio. When they film in Vancouver, we recorded at the Warehouse. We
were doing like a session work for another.
AC/DC records at the Warehouse in Vancouver. Out of all the studios in the world, it's their favorite place to go. And apparently every time they get it reupholstered at the end because they'll smoke cigarettes in there. Yeah. And Brian Johnson will just be in the kitchen, like stirring up some chili, ashing into his chili, just like talking to everybody. Yeah. I know,
that's what the engineer was telling us. At the very least.
Second half. I mean, it sounds pretty on brand.
Yeah,
to be honest.
It does. I'll give it to him. But I mean, like to walk into like a prestigious studio and just put down an extra however fucking much money it costs. Probably a lot, hundreds. You'd be like, all right.
I ask this question a lot where I say, okay, you just robbed a bank, you're in the car, and you're playing a song. What song is it? But let's do an AC/DC edition.
Ooh.
I'll go first. I'll go first. Also, because we just listened to it. I'll be Let There Be Rock. That'll be the first one.
The easy one would be Dirty Deeds, but that's too easy. I can't. I honestly, the AC/DC song that gets me the most pumped up is probably either If You Want Blood, You Got It, or
that was my first thought.
Rock and Roll Damnation. So I'd probably pick If You Want Blood, You Got It.
Yeah.
The cops are chasing you. You got.
I think I would too, but I think there is something. This is the most cliche pick that you could pick, but I think there is something to say about Thunderstruck for that.
You went Brian on me.
It's the cliche pick, but.
What about you could go Big Balls too?
Yeah, that starts out a little slower though, right?
Yeah. I've got big balls.
I was thinking Dirty D's until you shot it down. So now I'm going to jump in with Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution.
There you go.
Ooh,
nice choices.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Great choices. I like that.
You got to start playing that before they get outside.
Exactly, because you got to get to the point where it's just like it gets because
you got to time that one out.
What's the best venue you've ever played?
Commodore. Yeah, Commodore Ballroom. Yeah, it's historic, man. It's a 1,000-person venue here in Vancouver, and we got to open for the Trews at the Commodore.
Awesome.
The Trews are actually they've always been supporters of the band. Well, at least the bassist has. He recorded Troy when he was really young in his first band, and when we were actually in Toronto, Jack Siprick and the Trews let Troy and Leo stay at his house.
Yeah.
So it was just we love him, dude. He's a big star.
Yeah, all those guys are great, actually. But yeah, the Commodore is really cool. It's not only just like a historic venue. It's not only because of like on the band's end that it's the coolest place. The locals like it a lot too because it's an old ballroom floor where the floors have a little bit of spring to it. I think somebody told me that there's tires underneath the floor, so when people start moving, the whole floor goes along with it, and that's why that venue feels so much more alive. That's why anywhere else in Vancouver.
Yeah, but I was saying about that. No, Commodore.
The Commodore feels different.
Yeah, like I saw July Talk at the Commodore. Probably one of the best shows I've ever seen.
And then we saw them again
at the P&E, and I was like, the crowd was dead. I was like, what happened? It's the same band,
Yeah, that's the second time we heard July Talk in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, that they've been brought up.
Yep. They're awesome. They're a great Canadian band.
Yeah, dude, I love them.
What's the worst gig you've ever played?
No comment. Oh, you know what? It was a chalk festival. It was our second show ever. There was 2 kids playing with chalk on the ground. And
their drummer and singer, this is the only time we tried this, swapped positions for a song.
And Joey was not happy.
Didn't go as well as we thought it would.
Yeah. On stage, he's like, I can't fucking do this.
We're not going to do that
Kids
again.
looked up from the chalk.
He did. Kids looked up and we were like, sorry.
They started writing, "Stop fucking playing" in the chalk. Stop right now.
No, that was our. I mean, hey, at least our worst show is at the beginning, right?
Yeah. We got out of the work quick.
Yeah. That's good.
Now there's been some contenders since then, but
It happens occasionally. Everyone has their off days.
Yeah.
It's hard because I'm the picky one in the band. Like we could have a show where everyone's dancing, and I'll walk on stage like that sucked.
You say we suck all the time. I'm like, dude, just chill.
We do suck all the time. You know? That's,
At some point, he's going to be right, though.
Little stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. If you keep saying it, it means
if you keep saying it's going to happen, right?
It's good luck.
Just don't perpetuate it. How do you guys stay sane when you spend so much time together?
Headphones.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I had headphones in the van. I always tell new bands, I'm like, whenever you're feeling hungry or cranky or something, just put your fucking headphones in and tune out for a bit. You know, don't try and turn your mood around. Don't try and talk through it. Just take some space.
Yeah, that helps. And like also like sometimes too is just like if we have like days off or something like that, we'll either split into like groups or do our own things a lot of the time. Ontario is a bit of an exception to that because we were there for North by Northeast mainly, and we were like, we have to take full advantage of this all the time. But still, even with North by Northeast, we were kind of splitting up.
I went home early.
Yeah.
I have to go the way I drink at shows. I have to pace myself. So
I'm going home.
Yeah, I get my liberties arrest.
Before I can't remember the address of the hotel.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, the R&R too. That's so important, man. Like, go to the hotel. I know you're not on vacation.
You're not.
You think you are, but you're there working. You know, people are like, oh, you get to see the whole country. Sometimes we've done an 8-hour drive. We pull up to the venue, we pack up, we go from the venue to the hotel. That's what I saw.
I get to see the whole country looking out the window of the car.
That's true.
The van.
And it's amazing. Don't get me wrong. It's gorgeous out there.
I will say that the drives in Ontario weren't as exciting as the ones in BC.
Yeah, but they were shorter. That's what I like, man. Everything is so close together.
Toronto to Ottawa was still 5 hours.
That's fine.
That's true. It's very true.
It takes you a day to get across Ontario.
That's true.
It does.
It's a big country.
I've driven it.
Getting from Toronto to Thunder Bay is like getting from Vancouver to Winnipeg, basically.
I was so surprised. I told some Toronto people we were going to Ottawa, and they were like, ew. I was like, what do you mean? I got to Ottawa. I'm like, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, Ottawa was awesome. It's a really cool looking. It's a cool feeling too. Like it felt so alive.
Toronto thinks that they're the center of the universe, so they don't believe that anything else is nice except for where they live. So
that's true. Yeah,
little do you all know, Vancouver is the most beautiful city in Canada.
It is. I've been there, and I loved Victoria too.
I've never been.
They're both
Victoria's very nice too.
Dude, those overhead views at the World Cup, like every time Vancouver came on, I'm like, come on, everybody else, what are you doing with your lives? Like, look how pretty it is here. You got the mountains in the back, and
yeah. My nephew lives in Whistler, and that's a pretty awesome place too.
Nice. You ever go out there?
I have. Yeah, it was a trip. It was unreal.
I've never been, but I've seen the Rockies when I was in Colorado.
Nice.
So,
well, you saw the American Rocky.
Yeah, that's like saying getting on the American side of Niagara Falls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
fine.
I've seen that too, and it's not as nice. What's the one item nobody leaves home without?
Hopefully socks.
Well, it should be on your rider. Just new socks everywhere you go on your rider.
Your rider for the show. Coming into the rainbow. What do you need? Socks.
Just make sure there's some tube stocks.
Yeah. I mean,
for me, it's headphones, dude.
Yeah.
If I don't have my headphones, I will bite someone's head off after 2 days.
We do gotta say, besides the obvious of our instruments too, because that's got to be a given. For me, it's a portable charger because
we're doing that.
Plugging into the van's outlet, car outlets, they charge so slowly, and you have to put it up in the front. And you don't have it, and then you're just kind of stuck there. That goes hand in hand with headphones too. I
don't know how bands used to tour back in the day where they couldn't all go off in their own little world. They had to listen to the same.
Well, Guns N' Roses just sold heroin and probably did it too. So
no way.
That might play a part in it.
That's how it could be a big part of it. That's why they gotta go. That's how they.
I gotta go in this fucking van again.
Yeah. I'm getting fucked up. Fuck this. Yeah. That's it.
There's a point where you transition to buses too, and I'm sure that takes a lot of that tightness stress off in a way.
Yeah,
it is a lot less tight than a van. You have room to move around. You have a bed.
Yeah. That's probably true.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You'll get there.
You'll get there.
Oh, yeah.
Working every day towards it.
Yeah. What makes the Canadian rock scene unique?
Oh, that's a good question. For me, I mean, it's so hard to say because the American rock scene is probably a lot more unique than I know. But for me, like Canadian rock, like the Tragically Hip, I don't know if in America they would have ever broken like they did here. There's just
I don't think they would have.
the warmth that they exuded on stage just really connected with people. We like humble with a little bit of cheek in them. Good senses of humor. They don't take themselves too seriously, but they still put on a performance. Yeah, I don't know. But again, I don't know if that's unique just to Canada. But that's what I think in our rock stars is that they're not like they don't feel unapproachable. They feel larger than life, but in an approachable way where I could go up and talk to them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I think Canada's music scene is good for like its diversity as well. We see pretty often up here, like you see this in festival lineups. They like to genre mix a lot. Depending on the festival, some of them are, very specific to one thing. But I feel like I see more often here where you're intertwining multiple genres into your shows.
And you are an American, so you can vouch for that. Yeah, I do feel like when I look down there, it's like if there's a festival and it's a metal festival, it's just metal.
Unless it's something like Bonnaroo or something like that, where it's like huge festival. But you see this on the smaller scale too here a lot, where it's just like if your smaller and mid-range festivals are trying to put as many different genres in there as possible. And we noticed that we really enjoyed. We toured with the Steadies, which is a Saskatoon band over here. They came out to this area and we did a little tour with them. And they're a little more of like a reggae rock sort of thing. So, and they threw rappers into their sets and things like that too. And it was like, wow, we're really like diversifying here. And I feel like I see that on a broader scale in Canadian live music than I do in American.
I never thought about that, but yeah, you kind of nailed it. Yeah, we definitely genre mix a lot.
That's cool. What Canadian artists deserve more attention?
Shit. Oh, they already have enough.
Other than Chase the Bear.
We can't say that, of course.
I want to say the Beaches, even though they just played Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, the Beaches.
Love the Beaches.
But we were saying the Beaches 10 years ago, and then they got it, right?
And the Glorious Sons too, they're big here, but like local or smaller acts that we played with deserve more attention. Quadra Sound in Victoria.
Quadra Sound's very good in Victoria. I like them a lot. The Steadies are great in Saskatoon as well.
Brass Camel. If you guys haven't seen Brass Camel,
oh yes,
I have.
Those are our friends here.
They played the Rainbow.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
that's how I found out about the venue in the first place. Was just seeing them do it. They played there 3 times now.
They're like King Crimson level prog. If you haven't seen Brass Camel, go check out those boys. And they're also sweethearts, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are. And I bought their album.
Yes,
I have their vinyl. Yeah,
very nice.
They have a point in the show where there's 3 of them playing a double neck guitar. Do you need to do that? No, but it's
just for aesthetics, baby.
Yeah, we didn't know we needed it until we needed it.
Yeah, we needed it. Yeah, they knew. They knew we needed it.
They're definitely one of the heavy hitters now of the Vancouver scene. We had
Uncle Strut. If you haven't heard Uncle Strut, they're blowing up over here, and they will come over your guys' way pretty shortly.
Wait, why does that sound familiar?
Because they're starting to really get some traction over here.
Yeah,
like
I think they have. I think they have played out in the East before. I'm not sure. I've never.
They probably have.
That name sounds familiar. I feel like it's familiar to me, so I don't know.
It's because you're so tuned in, dog.
Yeah, they're very good.
He's locked in for sure.
Some days. Gus, what are you doing, man? Where's your beard?
Yeah. If you had the beard to store your knowledge in, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's right. The hopes and dreams. You don't need a beard if you like. You know what I mean? If I can't hide this, like.
I know, dude.
The ladies need it, but
yeah, you're not doing it for yourself. You'd have a beard if you could, but the world needs that jawline. Yeah,
it's true. It's for everyone.
You're so giving.
I'm giving. Yeah.
You're making a big sacrifice, so we all appreciate it, dude.
Yeah. I don't like all this attention. Let's.
You hate the attention. Yeah, it's just terrible for you. What a shame.
You're both carrying so much weight in a different way. Yeah. You don't even realize it.
It's true. I have a huge head. So it's a problem.
I'm actually in another room right now because I can't sit beside him.
Yeah. There's this is all fake. Right
there. It's all AI. You want to get into the rapid fire or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You go first.
Dream Festival. Sound very rapid.
What's that one in Britain? Reading? No. Leeds? No. Something like that, right?
No, it's
Oh, what's the one?
The one in Britain.
The one
just a huge one.
know?
There's the it's the one that Oasis plays at and gets into fights on stage and
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Not coming to
For
me.
the US, maybe Bonnaroo. For Canada, keep
Glastonbury.
Download. It's Download Festival, right?
Okay.
That's the one.
for Canada. I think Pop Montreal actually.
I was thinking the Glastonbury over in the UK. That's one.
Yeah,
That's what I was
Glastonbury
thinking.
is also a very good one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Then there's the Reading in Leeds Festival.
Wait, that's the one I was thinking of. Reading in Leeds. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Reading in Leeds.
So all three of those ones in the UK we mentioned.
Do we want to go to
Any one of those. That's good.
I'd love to go.
We'll take them
I'd
all.
love to do the UK.
Okay, dream collaboration.
Dream collab.
Ooh, I like collaborating with people. I don't know. You want to have 10 years of history with you? No. It would be a female singer for sure.
Yeah, female singer.
We invite female singers on stage.
Yeah. Or if not that, like an instrument that's out of our zone. It's like when we bring in
Saxophone players, yeah, just any sax player.
Any sax player is good
at all times. Yeah.
But I mean, if I were to think of like who's like a specific singer that would be good, like
We're not very rapid.
I love how we
fire.
call it rapid fire, and it's never
Yeah.
rapid fire.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah, I don't know. Pass.
All right, on to the
Oh,
next.
let's just put Eminem out there. And
Yeah.
see.
Nice. Nice. Eminem. That's a good one.
No.
Coffee or beer? All right.
Mountains or beaches?
I think it's not controversial. I'm more of a mountain guy myself.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
Jesus.
But we live in Vancouver, so we're just spoiled
Yeah.
Yeah.
when it comes to
It's
that
true.
one.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Favorite road food?
It's all so bad. I got to go with my boy Subway because you can always count on it.
You can always count on
It's
it.
everywhere.
That's probably like the healthiest thing you're eating on the road.
So,
But,
Subway.
but we are always looking for chicken wings when we're out too.
Yeah.
That's
Fair.
at least the
understandable.
two of us at the very least.
When we roll through town next time, you let us know where the wing spot is in Ottawa.
Well, we just got a Chick-fil-A, so
We did go there when
Did
we
go
were
to
we're just like, oh shit, that was
Fantastic. It was so good. Yeah.
And then since we toured the States, that's the first time we've been able to go there.
I don't know who has the best wings in Ottawa.
well,
so many.
Blue
good-
Cactus used to, but they're not around anymore. They were right around the corner from where you guys were. So
So close.
yeah, but they weren't there when you guys came down. They
Right.
closed. Yeah, band member who's always late.
You're welcome.
Yes. Take your pick, brother. There's band member that is on time is Jordan or Kevin. That's it.
Even I beat Kevin on that. But
Yeah.
to be fair, my bedroom's right outside the practice.
It's a 4-way tie between Leo, Troy, myself, and Connor.
Fair.
Depending on, and all of you can be equally late too.
Yeah.
That can be by a lot.
Who's the most organized?
Before we left to the interior,
Wait. Next one.
Oh.
Rapid fire, brother. We got
that's true.
Most-
That's true.
the most organized.
Jordan.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Who would survive the longest in the wilderness?
God, none of
I like
us.
that one.
Probably me. Just
Whoa there, buddy.
no. Yeah, it would be me.
If me and you were on a team, we'd do good. But Kevin could actually it might be.
that's
Kevin.
Vinyl or streaming?
Vinyl. 100%. Stream sounds like shit.
It does sound like shit,
Yeah.
but I do love that convenience.
Convenience is great.
Okay, acoustic or electric?
Electric.
For myself, I like acoustic more.
That's
I like
true.
acoustic.
You love shaky grapes.
I love shaking grapes. Yeah.
Too.
I do too, but not like you do.
So moving on, like what does success look like now compared to 5 years ago? And maybe 5 years from now?
Success for me is seeing the world with my friends, going over the Europe as much as we can, just so I can say I did it. I don't really want to make it big in America. It's never been one of my big goals.
It's that.
Yeah, some of us do. For me, I'd be happy just being Canada big, where then the warm months of the year we get to tour for weeks out of the year, and we make enough money we can go home and have regular day jobs when it's snowing out.
Yeah, I think ultimately the goal of success in music is beyond the everyone does it because they love it, but what truly makes you successful is like being able to just do that or have the option to just do that. So being to the level where you're at least able to make a living off of it, which is it takes a long time to get there. That's a struggle, but I think that's the point where I would say that I'm successful as a musician.
For me, it's also I just want to be able to say that my music made it to the most people possible, and I made the most people enjoy themselves at a concert. Like it's that simple.
So getting big in America.
Yeah, no, we don't need that. Oh, don't. This isn't gonna air in the States, right?
I'll send it to my uncle down in Colorado.
So we have American listeners, but
yeah, we do. What's the biggest misconception about being in a touring band?
Well, like I said before, that you get to see the world, and it's like you get to see all these exciting places. A lot of the time, you're just going to the venue, and then you go to the hotel. So your interaction with the city sometimes is limited to 2 rooms.
There's a lack of spare time on the road most of the time. There are times where you can get days off, but every single day off is money burnt, right? So usually you try and keep that to your like Sunday to Tuesday and fit everything else as much as you can into the ruts. And even if you can do it, like you obviously do need days off to, not completely burn out while you're on the road. But
and it's not,
your spare time is very, very low.
It's not just one big party either. No, you get invited to them, but if you want to continue doing this for 10 years, like you have to learn to say no.
Yeah.
Go home.
You get one party night per tour. if even, like, it depends on, like, a lot of times you have to wake up really early the next day to get to the next place on time.
If you don't get enough rest and eat well and take care of yourself, you're just cheating people out of their money because you're not giving them the best performance.
Yeah. And it can be like lack of sleep is a big thing too, because like when you're playing shows, you're usually not getting back to wherever you're staying until like 1 a.m. at the earliest.
You're up to 7 to go on to the next place.
That's fair. Yeah. What keeps you motivated when the industry gets tough?
Well, it's always been tough, so I don't think we've ever had anything. Like it's been tough as long as we've been in it, so we don't know anything different. So it's been easy to stay motivated because we're like, oh, it's just always sucked, Like, we're never gonna make any money from this. Well, I guess it's tough when I hear older guys like, "Oh, I used to pay our bills with this." So I'm like, "Fuck, dude, I couldn't even pay my rent with all of the tour income."
Yeah. We just break even all the time which is great. Way better than
it's self-sustaining now. Yeah, that's all we really.
It's self-sustaining, which is good.
What can fans expect next from Chase the Bear?
We're releasing one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, we have two more singles for this year to release. More when it comes to touring, we're still, piecing together things that work. We're always reaching out, trying to like see what places we can piece enough together to make it work. So I can't say anything specific in terms of touring.
Well, I can. We're gonna go back out east as soon as we possibly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Loved it up there.
We do want to go back out to Ontario within the next year to try our best to be able to make that happen.
We went about 10K in the hole on that Ontario tour, and that was for 2 weeks. So $10 grand for 2 weeks. We've almost paid it all off in this month afterwards. So I mean, it's not
impossible. But we also do want to go. We were talking about doing visas and doing the States again. We've been talking about Europe for a long time.
We want to hit Alberta 100%.
We do want to do Alberta. We're trying to do that in October. Hopefully it works out.
Alberta will go for us October.
The thing that's 100% is we do have two more singles coming out before the end of the year.
Nice.
We could absolutely confirm that immediately right now.
So stay tuned. What's one question nobody asks that you wish they would?
I always ask, what are you? Not how are you? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. We're kind of spoiled because I feel like we do, like smaller, more intimate interviews. I feel like I'm actually usually surprised at how good the questions are. Like you guys ask us a lot of stuff about writing. And that's what I wish every interview was. We got to talk more about the process and stuff because sometimes I don't even know. And when I start blurting it out, I'm like, oh, that's true. Yeah, that's kind of how we write.
Nice.
I can't think of anything in particular. I also don't sit in for as many interviews.
Yeah, he's the fill-in guy today. Yeah,
the filler. You're doing fine. Did a great job. You did a great job.
Well, I feel good here, but it's good to have the singer when you can.
Yeah.
and the two of them do a good job with them, so we usually let them take them on.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I can't really think of one question. Maybe why do you still do this?
Yeah,
one question I wish people would ask me more. Like, why are you still doing this? You're not making any money. You're 32. Yeah,
because we know the answer.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because you love it.
Yeah, everyone's just gonna say the same thing.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get an interesting answer out of it.
That's true. I just love to talk about how much I love it. I guess.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
You just did for an hour, so
you sure
don't
did.
worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay. You did for sure. Tell everyone where they can find all of the stuff about Chase the Bear.
You can find everything Chase the Bear. Our Instagram is Chase the Bear Music. You can find us on all streaming platforms. We have merch available online. You can get our CDs and our vinyls, t-shirts, all that. Anything you like, we might have it. We try to be consistent about releasing our music so that we can always keep things interesting. We always love moving on to the next thing.
Follow us on
new things
Instagram
out there.
for 100%.
Instagram is the place where we're most active, and you can always see what's coming next.
Nice. Okay.
Cool.
And we ask everybody the same question for 5 years now. At the end, it's the 2 decades of music. It's the 80s or the 90s. Which one do you prefer?
90s.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've warmed up to the 80s a lot in the last couple of years, but it's still the 90s.
Yeah. 80s has never been my personal jam, but
He'll get there. I'm working on him. Yeah.
I just never liked that 80s snare.
Now the snare.
The snare. Yeah. Nice.
I thought he was going to say like the electronic drums as opposed to the snare.
Yeah.
The drum machines.
The machine.
The machine.
Thank Phil Collins for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Finish the sentence. Chase the Bear is in debt.
Have you got that one before?
Send donations through Instagram.
Yeah.
Send donations.
Hey, Ontario, fuck you.
Yeah. Ontario, my friend says from the West.
Hey, I loved Ontario.
I don't know.
Besides that,
They don't need this. All right, their heads are big enough.
yeah, their heads.
No, not his. Don't put him
You
in
guys-
this. Don't worry.
You guys
Don't.
Yeah.
either.
No, they're not.
No, we get beat up pretty bad.
We get
All
the
year.
winters suck, the summers suck, and then we have that one
yeah.
day in spring that's good.
Yeah, we get a nice day. in
Yeah.
spring.
Yeah, we got that one nice
Yeah.
day.
It's a great day.
And
See
you
if
have
I-
like all of Canada, especially the West, just loves to be like Toronto.
We do
But-
get a lot of Toronto slander up here.
Yeah, we do. I
Well,
like the city a lot myself, but
It's a cool city.
We live in the nation's capital and nobody knows who we are.
That's fine.
You know,
We like that.
are you near Toronto? Yeah, we're right next door. Like if you walk
Yeah.
from Toronto, take 5 minutes, and then there's Ottawa.
If you drove from
Yeah,
Boston
it's
to
pretty much-
Montreal, it's the same amount. Listen, thanks very much, guys, for your time. We appreciate you coming on, spending some time with us. Some time with us. So we almost didn't get that out.
Wow, that was pretty
Some
bad.
time with us.
Some time with us.
All right. Thanks, boys.
It's a shame
No
it, didn't,
worries.
it wasn't.
great talking to you.
Catch you
It
later.
was a
brother.
shame it wasn't fun though.
Dawg and Gus, Dawg and Gus, Dawg and Gus.